maybe have already started on your final, but I just wanted to go ahead and tell you what your final was going to cover. This is a PD, actually for you guys, I might as well just do it from here. This is what it looks like. You guys are taking it online, which you have every assessment up until now. So in the first one, it says, ¿Qué deben hacer? It seems like everyone is sick today. What do you think they should do? Listen to the problems each person is having, then choose the best remedy from the list. So you'll listen to the dialogue.
Marta no se siente bien. Está cansada y tiene dolor de cabeza.
So they give you all of her symptoms, and then you will give her advice. And I would read through to make sure that you're giving the advice that you think you would give Marta, to make sure that it wouldn't be advice that you would give Paco or Alicia. So I would go ahead and complete them and then double check to make sure you're only using each one once. ¿Qué asocias con? Match each body part to the item most closely associated with it. So you have body parts there, and then you're going to have a list, and it's the same list each time, and it just lists various things that you would associate with that. For example, la mano is the hand, so you would associate a glove with the hand. ¿Cómo se define? Match each of the following body parts or common medicines, the correct definition or description. So you'll read the definition here, and then you'll match it with the medicine or the body parts over here with the definition over on the left-hand side. And again, you want to make sure you only use them once. Label each of the numbered body parts from the image below. So there's the numbers, and you just write out what the body part is. And it tells you to include the article, el or la, in your answer. So like number 1, I think is la boca. So I would put la boca here. The next section, no me sentí bien. Complete Oscar's narration of the last time he felt ill. Fill in the blanks in each sentence with a logical word from the word bank. So these are vocabulary words. You just read about what's going on with Oscar and complete his paragraph with the correct vocabulary word. ¿Qué hago? Mariela is living alone for the first time and needs some advice. Listen to each situation carefully, then choose the most logical command. So just listen to what Mariela is telling you, and then give her advice using a command. So you tell her, live near the university, don't live near the university, depending upon the situation that she narrates to you. Así practicamos los mandatos formales, again, commands. Complete the following sentences using the correct formal command form of the verb in parentheses. And be careful, it alternates between usted and ustedes. So sometimes you'll be using the ustedes command, in which you should have an N on the end of your verb, and sometimes you'll be using just the usted form, in which you would not have the N. Los sentimientos, complete the following sentences expressing emotions or feelings by choosing the appropriate verb. So here you're trying to decide whether you need whether you need subjunctive, present tense, past tense. So those are the choices that are given, and you've got to decide which one makes most sense. So if we go to the next page and scroll back up, complete the following sentences expressing emotions or feelings by choosing the appropriate verb. This is the same thing again that was on the other page, just carried over to page 2. Here, una semana difícil, it seems everyone is having a difficult week. Complete each of the following sentences with the correct form of the logical verb. So you're given a verb in parentheses, and then you need to complete the sentence with the correct form of the verb. Again, I think this is pretty much testing whether you know when to use the subjunctive mood or not. So you'll want to double check and make sure you pick the correct verb and then decide whether it needs to be left in the infinitive form, or you need to, in the indicative mood, in the present tense, the spelling of the verbs that you learned way back in level 1, or if you need to put it in the subjunctive mood. Escoger, do the following sentences express doubt and denial? Complete them by choosing the appropriate verb form. Again, you remember that if the statement truly expresses doubt, then you need to be using the subjunctive form, and if it does not express doubt, then you need to be using the present indicative form. And remember that if it is a subjunctive, if it is a sentence that uses subjunctive, that often you're looking for a subject that comes after the K, not before the K. Because sometimes it's one person's doubting that someone else is going to do something in the second. So for example here, dudas que Catalina blank dejar de fumar. It's saying, do you doubt that Catalina can quit smoking? The can part goes with Catalina, not with you. There's a change in subject. So you want to make sure you pick the spelling of poder that matches Catalina, and then you have to decide, is this doubt or not, or is it certainty? And if it's doubt, then you would want to use the subjunctive form. En la residencia estudiantil, you and a friend are about to move into the student residence on campus. A third friend has sent you some rules to keep in mind while living in student housing. Complete each of them with the correct ustedes command form of the logical verb from the word bank. So you're only using ustedes. That means all of these verbs need to end with an N. So I would pick the verb that best completes the sentence and then conjugate it into the ustedes command form. ¿A qué categoría pertenece? This is vocabulary. So just choose whether the following items listed, whether they're a bebida alcohólica, a proteína, grasa, or comida chatarra. And the third page, there's one more that goes along with that group. Then it says, en el consultorio de la nutricionista, you have decided to consult with a nutritionist in order to improve your diet. The following are her recommendations. Complete each sentence with a logical vocabulary word from the word bank. So this is your word bank: comida chatarra, estrés, peso, dulces, grasas saturadas, colesterol, guardar la línea, calcio, diabetes, moderación. So then you read each statement and decide which of these vocabulary words would best complete the sentence and plug them in. Usamos el subjuntivo. Some of the following sentences require the use of the subjunctive while others do not. Complete each of them with the correct form of the verb in parentheses. So you're going to complete each sentence with the verb that's in parentheses, but you have to decide whether you would use subjunctive or not. Some of them deal with doubt, and some of them deal with hope. A lot of them deal with doubt, though, so you have to decide whether whether there's doubt or no doubt, dependent upon the verb that's in the first part of the clause. La salud. Complete each of the following sentences with the logical word from the word bank. Ponerse en forma, padece, baje. So you've got this whole list of vocabulary words. Read each statement below, decide which word would best complete it. And that should be it.